Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Sports Doctor's Inn. I'm here with my broadcast partner, Larry Abels. Bobby KImzer will be tuning in a little later, and we want to welcome everybody to the Sports Doctor's Inn show. And if you're wondering, I'm the sports doctor. If you're wondering how I got to be the sports doctor, it's because I said I am. No. All right, we're going to get straight to the show because Larry has things he has to do, and I'm getting old. I need to take a nap, so we're going to discuss what we want to discuss for this topic. We'll be coming in every Tuesday at 7 p.m. You can also check Larry out on Real Fellas Talk Sports on Wednesdays, along with Charles Snowden and David Burnett. And you can also check Larry out on Game Line NFL every Sunday morning at 11 p.m.
AM,
and he'll be joining myself and his nephew. Let's get to the things. Okay, let's start off with NCAA football. Larry, I know you're not a big college football fan, but you do know right from wrong. What did you think about the weekend, and what do you think about the rankings?
Well, I'm anxious to see the new rankings come out. Oh, there's Bob. What's up, Bob?
Shoo, man, it made it tough. Technology is not for old people.
Well, obviously, we're talking about the college football this weekend, Bob. We just started, so if you saw some of the games you want to chime in, not if you did not understand, you're an international playboy and you can't watch every game going on. But feel free to chime in at any time. We will discuss some topics that you definitely have knowledge on. So, and thank you for taking time out of your hectic schedule to join us.
Thank you for having me. But can I ask just a quick question, just for knowledge purpose?
Yeah.
Why are you laughing, Earl? You know I see. You think
No,
you
because
know somebody.
Well, I said I know it's only gonna be for so long before Bobby says something wild and crazy. But what
I'm a changed man, Earl. By the way, so quick question. I just need to know this so I can go forward and be free. Get this off. Is this a coup?
No.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead, continue.
No, it's not a coup. No.
I just asked.
No.
Look at Larry. Larry always try to be cool and shit. Go ahead, Earl.
Larry is cool. That's why Larry's Larry.
I ain't gotta try.
That's why I call him Larry. He's always able.
You know, he's pretty low, even keel. You know.
Yeah, but Earl,
come on, that show's every Wednesday. The other Real Fellas Talk Sports is every Wednesday at 7 p.m.
Well, somebody was questioning the beginning word and the title of that show.
I don't know. To answer your question, it's not a coup. Their show is on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Larry will be here tomorrow. And
cool. Well, somebody told me that they had to drop for copyright purposes. They had to drop the real.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm gonna start no stuff.
Well, I answered the question of how long it'll be before you start talking about anything. Larry, what do you think about the rank? The rankings haven't come out yet, right? They come out at 7. Is that what
they come out at 8 o'clock? They come out at 8 o'clock tonight.
Okay. Well, it's not too
much. What they doing with my Penn State Nittany Lions, Earl? Why they treating us the way they treating us, man?
You know, the Penn State's not really thorough, Bobby. You know that. They weren't when you attended there. They weren't a thorough school, and they're not thorough school now. So some things change and some don't. You know.
But we're in the top. We should be in the top 10.
Well, no, it shouldn't be. You haven't played anybody this year. Penn State.
They are in the top 10. They were ranked number 4 coming into this last week, and they won.
Yeah, they bumped us down though.
It's supposed to. They ain't played nobody. Y'all ain't played nobody. Penn State ain't played nobody, Bobby.
Very good point. I just thought about that. Okay.
None of the big teams have played anybody. Ohio State, Oregon, they played each other.
Right. But I did watch that Indiana and Ohio State game.
Oh, you were bored to death. I mean, you had time to watch that game?
Yes, I did. I actually watched that whole game. I was really interested in that. Okay. And they exposed Indiana, didn't they?
Well, yeah, I mean, what can you say? They were 9-0. They've been playing. They beat who was put before them, but there were doubts about how good they were. And just because they lost one game to Ohio State doesn't mean they're not a good team either. They could have a bad day. They did win 9 games. They were 9-0. But, you know, I'm just trying to be reasonable. I know Indiana was never going to be any good, but I'm not a Big Ten fan anyway, so you shouldn't really be asking me.
Given the other upsets that happened Saturday, I think there's as of now they're still in the playoff mix. First, after their game was early at noon, and I thought they was definitely out of it. But after all those teams lost, the SEC really can't make that big argument anymore. Too many of them have lost 3 games now.
I know.
And that's interesting, Larry. You're right. Because the SEC, they've been dominating
Yeah. Well,
past few years, that is.
I don't think Alabama's going anywhere this year for sure.
Oh, no.
But
They're done.
I think Georgia's going to be all right, even with 2 losses. Don't they have 2 losses, Larry?
Yeah, a lot of those SEC teams had 2 losses, and now some of them have 3. Their big argument was that they were, even with 2 losses, they were better than a lot of the Big Ten schools.
Right.
And they were worried about whoever goes to their championship game playing Texas. If Texas had won that, their runner-up would have 3 losses. And they were arguing, well, even a 3-loss team that loses the SEC championship belongs in the tournament, which might be right. But now those other 3-loss teams, they're in trouble.
It's going to be tight. Oh, okay. So can we? Can everyone on the panel tonight agree that Oregon should be the number 1 team right now since they don't have any losses, and they beat Ohio State?
Well, they were number 1 going in, so I don't see how they can be anything different.
Well, should they have been number 1 going in?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's hard to tell, but I mean, I think they played like 3 ranked schools. I think they played Ohio State, they beat by 1. Boise State, they beat by 3, and I think Illinois, they played Illinois and beat them.
Okay,
so
they beat some good teams. At least they beat a couple of decent teams.
Yeah, they played at least 3 ranked teams. So
okay, well, we'll see.
If you believe in rankings, that's
Right.
the whole issue.
Right. But and they got a process up there. They got a system up there in Oregon. They stay up there in the top rankings.
Okay.
I like the way they play, actually.
Bobby, did you catch any of the Colorado game this weekend?
That too, man. I was going to bring that up because I didn't know how much y'all have talked about Colorado. Because
we haven't talked about it yet.
I'm definitely a fan, but but I don't know. I think I don't think they're as that good as the ranking they're getting. You know what I mean?
Right.
But they're entertaining. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I don't think they're. The defense has always been suspect.
Okay. All right. So you were disappointed by the outcome, but you were not surprised. Is that what I'm hearing?
Exactly, Earl. Yeah. I mean, because with them, it's any day, any game they could win or lose. They're so in the middle of the road type thing,
Okay. Mr. Abel, what's your thoughts on the Colorado game?
Well, I mean, like Bob said, I think they're a decent team, but
Right.
And they won like about 4 or 5 in a row, but
Right.
they just ran into somebody that was just a little better on Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I think they got some missing pieces, both obviously on defense. They've always struggled there, but and on offense, I mean, that's their stronghold, and in football, that's one of the few sports had this argument. If I can ask this question, the arguments of the sports fellows was like, does defense wins games? And I was like, in football it does, but I don't believe that in basketball. But that's a whole different conversation.
Right.
But in football, I really do believe defense wins games because you can hold a person to 0.
Okay.
But so I'm saying all to say, I think they struggle in defense with Colorado.
Well, but you gotta give them credit; they're a lot better than they were last year.
Oh,
last year they got a whole bunch of hype, and
No.
they started off strong, and then
very good point.
reality set in. They made a big step forward.
Very good point. They're way better than they were, but they're not there.
Well, they let me down. I was disappointed. I guess I don't know what I was expecting, but I was kind of disappointed. What can you do? You can't win every game, but the other team had their way with Colorado. I mean, it looked embarrassing. I felt embarrassed for them, but what can you do?
Well, they only did what they could do. Hey Earl, I know I've been away, and I'm just kind of inspired by your budget, man. The studio that the money that you're getting to build the studio that you have back there, just awesome, man. Have I been gone that long? You got some new sponsors or something?
Well, I'm not quite sure what you're talking about.
That studio that you in, that you spent all that money on behind. I've never seen that studio. I thought you must got a bigger
Oh,
budget.
the studio.
You must got new sponsors or something. That shit is upscale, man.
It's better than Sports Center, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay, all right. It's good. You know, it's always good to have someone on the show that's gonna, say something silly or whatever.
Oh, wait a minute. Did you just call me silly? Did you just call me silly?
Hey, I was telling Larry today, Bobby, about is this thing on? Well, so you know, was it you or Larry or somebody else?
It must have been somebody else because I've heard him say it thousands of times.
I was explaining that to
Nobody
somebody.
asked you, Larry.
I was explaining that to somebody. Enough about that. Before we move on, because I've had enough of this college football because these rankings and all these teams, I just don't understand why they're ranked where they are and all that. So I don't want to spend too much time on that. But I just wanted to say, Larry, what would you think was the most disappointing loss this week? Alabama's loss, Colorado's loss, or Indiana's loss? Or do you have a loss that's more disappointing?
Given those, I would probably say Alabama's loss because I think they were I guess they have the history and all of that, and they're effectively eliminated from the playoffs now.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was thinking. I just wanted to say. Yeah.
Well, I don't think Colorado was ever in. Indiana, if they had gotten eliminated, that wouldn't have been that big a deal. But Alabama getting eliminated is news.
Okay. Bob, do you have a favorite college team? I know you're a big basketball man and football man, but do you have a college football team that you like?
Believe it or not, I am a Buffaloes fan. I like Colorado.
Oh, you like Colorado? Okay.
I'm on the bandwagon, man.
Well, I'll check back with you when they get an offensive and a defensive line.
Exactly. That's what we call Earl.
They have skilled players, but they're lacking.
Yeah, that offensive line, we get that boy punished. I'm hoping he make it to the NFL draft.
Okay. All right. Enough about that. Let's get back on. Let's move on to the NFL, but not for long league. Let's start off with the Washington Commanders.
Break my heart.
What's your thoughts on that game, Bob? And just what happened for what
breaks my heart. Well, it's amazing how the mystery of that rivalry, man. You just never can say if it's a down year for either team. They get up so much for that game, and it was disappointing, man. And then to come back the way they did, and the guy shanked. And look, I know y'all know I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but ever since betting has gotten into sports, it makes me suspicious when certain things happen. I'm just saying, like because a lot of money's on this game now with betting, a lot, and that Shank man made a lot of people money and lost a lot of people money. But anyway, it broke my heart, Earl.
Hey, Phyllis, how you doing? Thanks for tuning into the show, Phyllis.
Hey, Phyllis, what's up, Phyllis?
I expected, but I hated the Army loss. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Ooh, that's a good one. Army was on the come up.
But I don't think anyone really cares except for Phyllis. But
but they were on the come up.
She is important, so
Well, Army
she's a veteran.
She's a veteran
of the Army.
Oh. Hey, Lauren, how you doing?
Hey, Lauren.
What's up, Miss Lassiter?
Maybe I don't know.
Hey, Lauren, they're not going to fire the kicker. That's the first extra point he missed all year.
Well, he He missed 2. That was the second one he missed that game.
Yeah, but not until because we can't fire him. Not yet, Miss Lassiter. Not yet.
Yeah, I think I'm with Lauren on that deal. But somebody on the special team, somebody has to be fired. I don't know who. May not be the kicker. Somebody involved with the special teams needs to be involved with that game.
I don't know.
The kicker missed 3 kicks. The Dallas ran 2 kicks back for touchdowns.
Hey.
But the special teams did block a punt and a field goal. So
but Larry,
yeah,
I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but a couple of those tackles let the man went straight on in there. I don't know. There's a lot of money on these games. That's the most, and that's the most. Oh man, hey, what's up, Sharice?
Exactly.
Hey, oh no, Sharice, come on. I don't know where you work, but I know you've done a couple of things that weren't too kosher, and they kept you on the job. Come on, give them a break.
Not her. Her and Lauren are my nieces. They serious people.
Right there, that makes you questionable. Your nieces, but no, but that's the most that's ever happened in an NFL game. Block, punt, block, field goal, 2 right, 2 run back. Most ever happened.
Yeah, she would be proud.
Oh, wait a minute, Sharice. You never poked somebody's wrong vein when you went to get some blood. Okay. I'm going to leave you alone. I hear what you're saying.
All right. Enough about that. What were we talking about anyway? The Redskins. Okay. Did we spend too much time on them already, Larry? The Commanders or what? What's going on?
No, we can't never spend enough time on our home team.
We could talk about what else went wrong. It wasn't just special teams. It was like to me, their offense, nothing but short passes. Last 2 games, won't even throw the ball downfield. Defense got 8 men in the box, taking away the run, daring you to throw downfield. They won't throw downfield till late in the game.
Hey, Larry, what you mean the last game? It's been like that all. It seemed like that all year. They've been holding that boy back.
No, they did it the first game. First game against Tampa. They let him loose. They let him loose in most of the games. Cincinnati, they let him loose. Baltimore, they let him loose. And he didn't do that poorly against Pittsburgh. But against Philadelphia, they threw the wideouts. They targeted the wideouts 4 times the whole game.
Okay.
Sunday, they threw it to the wideouts, but they were all like screen passes. Nothing downfield.
Hey, but Larry, to this point,
nothing, Bob. Nothing.
Yeah. No, I agree. But if you go back and look at those passes in the other games that he's thrown, down the field, it's almost like when they get themselves in a pickle, then they let them do that. But it seems like they always, it's like, and that's the thing with rookie quarterbacks anyway. They always bring them in and to build their confidence with the short passes. But if you go back, Larry, I'm sure, look at some of the passes he made in the other games.
I'm pointing out games to you.
Hey.
Baltimore, Cincinnati, Cleveland, downfield all day long. All day long.
Their offense was a juggernaut the first 4 games of the season, man.
Not the first game, not against Tampa.
Not against Tampa. Nope.
Tampa was the same offense that they did this week. Nothing but the little dink passes.
They keep going to that, Larry. I'm just saying.
All right. So are the Cowboys done, or are you expecting a miraculous comeback, Bob?
Stop it.
Okay.
They just won a game Sunday. That's it.
Okay. That's it. They shot their wall.
Right. Let's move on because we spent too much time on the Commanders and the Cowboys. 2 teams that are lackluster and 2 teams nobody cares about except for foolish, fanatic fans. Okay.
Hey, Earl, can I make this statement? Ask this question. Have y'all noticed, or is it just me, in the NFL, it seems like a lot more games are being close. Seems like there's a way more parity in the whole. Is it just me, or am I assessing it wrong?
It's probably just you. I don't know. I don't think.
No, I mean, go back. Look at some of the games the other day. 16-6 Seattle. 37-20,
maybe it's
23-30 Ravens.
maybe you just been paying attention, so the games are always.
Yeah, in the NFL, the teams are pretty evenly matched. It's not like them college teams where they be getting blown out.
That's what I'm
the
saying.
NFL team is favored by more than 10 points. That's unusual in the NFL.
Yeah.
Their games really reflect that.
But it's been more. Look, I mean, okay, just take the Redskin game. Then let's take the Chiefs and the Panthers by 3 points. Let's take the Titans and the Texans by 5 points. Let's take the Vikings and the Bears by 3 points.
Hey, Bob, you probably could go back plenty of games.
Hey, take Detroit. Take Detroit's game.
No, it's always anomalies. No, there are always anomalies. But I'm saying overall, I swear these games have been really closer than normal. That's what I went back and assessed.
It might be. It might be. You may have been paying.
I think pro games are generally close. I think they're generally in that league. Those teams are not that far apart.
But even if it is, Bob, and I say you're 100% correct, and I'm not trying to be funny, but what's your point? So what? If the game
No. My point is that it's more parity. It's not more blowouts. It's just the games are looking interesting. That's my point.
Bob, if you think about the last 20 years, we've been using the word parity every week.
Oh, y'all have? Oh, maybe I have. Maybe because I'm a basketball player, I haven't noticed.
No, the thing is not on, but even if it was on, nobody would be laughing. Okay.
All right. I just thought I was noticing.
All right. So what else do we need to cover? I'm going to give you. I want to name 4 to 5 teams, Bobby. I just want you to tell me who you think is the best team of the 4 to 5 teams that I named.
Okay, I like that. Okay, cool.
Okay, Baltimore Ravens, Kansas City Chiefs, Detroit Lions, and the Buffalo Bills.
Got to go with Detroit. And I put the Baltimore at the bottom.
I'm not asking you in those order. I asked you which 2 teams are the first.
I just told you.
Barry,
Detroit.
Okay. All right. So right now, Detroit's the best team in the league. Okay. All right.
Wait. You didn't put in there. You did say Buffalo, right?
I did say Buffalo.
One team I thought you should have had up there was Philadelphia, though.
Oh, that's what I was trying to think of. Philly.
Well, we're not trying to copy off the shows that are on cable TV. So, but that's my list. And when you do your list, you can put your
You put your 5.
So that's all, Yeah.
The Sports Doctor is just talking.
I can understand Larry saying that because Philly's a good team, and I could have possibly forgotten them, but I could have possibly mentioned that on my list too. So, all right, let's move on. Okay. All right, so Detroit is the best team in the NFL. Okay, so I hope Lauren and Sharice are still here. I would like to ask them as I was asking their uncle. Are you their uncle? Yeah.
I'm their uncle.
Yeah. What's going on with TJ Stroud, Lauren, Sharice?
CJ.
I thought it was CJ Stroud.
Whatever his name is, whatever. Is this thing on? Yeah. What's going on with him, Bobby? The argument is Larry, Sharice, and Nicole have been saying CJ Stroud is very good. He had a great year last year. They think he's a very good quarterback. But me, you know how I am being difficult, and said, I don't know. I need more time. To see how long he's going to be consistent. And he's recently been struggling. His offensive line has been torn apart. That could be a reason why, but he's not looking like no all-pro quarterback. His season's not looking anywhere like it was last year. So he has some injuries as well. But
what year is this for him?
His second.
Thank you. Come on, man. It's tough for a young guy to come on and be an impactful quarterback. I mean, it hasn't been time.
It's not just Lauren, and it's not just Sharice and Larry. The whole press is talking about how great this guy is.
He's good.
Lauren is in your camp, Earl.
There you go, Lauren.
He is a good player, man.
I thought that was one of the quarterbacks that the ladies said they liked because he was good looking. I don't know.
I don't think he was. You were talking about him.
Oh, okay. All right. It was another guy. My mistake. My mistake, Lauren. So, Bobby, what are you saying?
I think he's a good player, and I just think he takes some time, and it depends. Come on, man, what kind of line do they have? Come on, it's a young guy. Do you know how fast that game is going for him right now?
Wasn't he playing with that? Wasn't he playing with that plan last year? You need to tell me that his receivers hurt.
But that's what happened. His top two receivers have been out most of the year.
Well, Larry, that's why I'm glad you're on the show, because I need somebody to tell me what the hell's going on.
Stephon Diggs is out for the year. Nico Collins just came back last week.
Yes.
No, Stephon Diggs is not out for the year. Stephon Diggs is out for the year. My bad. I got him wrong team.
Yeah, and Collins just came back. He missed like 5 or 6 games.
I need to hear, Larry. Bobby.
Okay.
But it's not just that. No, Earl, and it's not just that. Oh, no. Get this straight. Just because you were good last year doesn't mean you're going to be good this year, because once motherfuckers see your scheme and adjust, and that's why things happen with the Commodores. I can't call them Commanders. The Commodores. Them people adjust, and now look what's happening to Jaden. Same thing with them. I think the adjust, man, the NFL is a tough sport, and then you playing a quarterback in just his second year. You know, just because you did something last year, man, people who start adjusting to you.
I understand that. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying.
I think he's still a decent quarterback.
I do too, Larry.
Yeah, he is a good quarterback.
And I don't think he's played poorly this year.
Hey, you know what it is, Bobby? Larry and his nephew are killing me on Sunday. They're beating the slop out of me. So anytime I can claim that I made a right call, I get on it.
Oh, okay.
That's all. I'm looking for stuff, you know. That's what it is. But I did tell Larry and them that I think C.J. Stroud was overrated, and we got to give him some more time. I'm just hanging on to that because they beat the slop out of me on Sunday. There's nothing else I can do.
Was he ever uprated? I mean,
that was my thing. I think he pretty much was rated the way he played.
The way he's playing, to me, yeah. I agree, Larry.
I don't think anybody thought he was the best quarterback in the league, but he was better than average. And still is.
Were you clowning me when you said that, Bobby? I'm kind of slow. I think you kind of clowning me on that situation.
On what?
When you talking about saying, I don't think he was overrated. He's just playing the way he's playing.
No, I mean that. I don't think. I mean, he didn't do all that last year to be like considered some All-Pro. Hell no. He had
an excellent year last year, whether he was a rookie or whatever. He had
Agreed.
a year last year.
Agreed, but not enough to be crowned All-Pro or something like he.
I mean, they won 2 games the previous year. He comes in, they make the playoffs. He was a big difference. I mean, you got to give him credit for that.
Yeah, but he's not he's not having a year like I think Daniels is having.
No,
let's see if Daniels can make the playoffs first.
Stroud had a superlative year last year, but enough about him.
Excuse me. What kind of year did he have?
We spent too much time on talking about
superlative. Him. How the hell you use that in a football metaphor?
If you knew what it meant, you'd understand how I can use it. That's all.
Maybe that's it. I went to DC public school. What can I say?
No, we went to the same school. I know.
Oh, yeah, that explains it.
Okay. All right. So let's move on here. Okay. So Detroit is the best team in the NFC right now, correct? Okay. Now let me ask you this before we move on to the NBA. I'm gonna ask Larry Abels first. Is this possibility that Saquon Barkley should be a viable is he a viable candidate for the MVP of the NFL?
He should be. Leading the league in rushing. I like the guy in Baltimore too, the other running back, Henry. But Barkley was at 255 last night. He's kind of jumped into the lead a little bit.
Is he should he be a candidate for MVP, Bobby? What do you think?
Well, that he went to Penn State, that helps. But no, without a doubt. Some of the runs, man. I mean, the boy, yeah, he's strong. I don't know what. I think he should be. And I think if he keeps this up, and look, if he hits the 2,000 mark, it's no hands down he's going to be MVP.
Okay.
This
All
is
right.
a passing dominated league now, so
Right.
voters look at things a lot differently.
Yeah.
But if you really look at the impact, he's had a great impact.
Okay.
Hey, Larry,
Great
talking
impact.
about it's a passing league. How about his catching? You know, he catches a lot of passes and gets a lot of after yards too.
Who?
Saquon Barkley.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He's a
All right,
good
well,
receiver, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, things have been changing nowadays. Let me ask you this, Bobby, and I'll ask Larry before we move on. It's the end of the game. You need a quarterback to drive you to a winning score. Who do you want? Right now, going by as they are playing right now, not as how they have played. Would you want Lamar Jackson? Would you want
There's only one.
Kansas City quarterback, or would you want Buffalo's quarterback?
No,
Isaiah?
clear pick Mahomes. I'm sorry, he's done it 100 times. Clear pick Mahomes.
Who would you want right now, Larry? Going by how they're playing right now.
I probably would take Josh Allen this year, but
He's a beast.
yeah,
He's a beast. But Mahomes has done it time and time again and have won world championships.
Josh Allen did it against Kansas City a couple of weeks ago.
One game?
Yeah, I mean,
One
he
game.
done it more than one game, but he just happened to do it against them.
But you picking one game. You're going to judge him on one.
No, I'm judging him. I'm judging him on the season. This season.
Yes.
Why you got to question his pick? Why don't you just say you're picking?
He can question it. I think you really can't go wrong with either one of them. But no, I go with Josh Allen this year.
I can't argue that.
Yeah. I would never go against Mahomes, but
I normally
by how
never
they're
go against
playing,
Noah Abel.
going by how he's playing, I probably would name a couple other quarterbacks before I would even name him.
Try it. Name him.
What? Who's had better years than Mahomes?
But you said at the end of the game, and Mahomes has made some plays at the end of the game.
You're absolutely right. I'm wrong. I put my foot on the mouth.
But Charles, what name would you have thrown out there?
No.
Aaron Rodgers?
I can't say golf when he threw 5 interceptions the other day. Anyway, so no. You both right. I was wrong. What can I say? I can't even make anything out of that.
Won't be the first time.
Anything else we want to discuss about the NFL, Bobby or Larry? Did we leave anything out that you want to talk about?
Thank you, Phyllis.
Okay. The NBA, Bobby. Can you tell me why the Cavaliers are 17-1?
Okay. See, y'all do not give me the credit that I deserve. And if, Larry, I don't think you remember this. I'm talking about, this is a couple of years ago. I was talking about Cleveland.
You know what? Before you move on,
this didn't happen overnight.
Before you move on, you're absolutely right. We don't remember it.
But and that's why I'm here to remind you.
Okay.
I was talking about them then because they had some talent. I'm telling you, it's not a fluke, Earl. The reason why they're playing because they've been building that team. They have some players, man. And it's not just this year. They've been building to this moment. It's not no overnight success.
I remember him saying that.
Damn.
I remember him saying that.
I've been wrong all night.
Well, you know what? No, I thought they had a good team last year. They actually lost to the Celtics, and nobody beat the Celtics
and
last year.
They kept having injuries too, Larry.
That was the big difference. And this year they're healthy. That's what I was gonna say. This year they've been healthy. But they only lost to the Celtics. I was surprised they got rid of their coach because I thought they were growing every year.
Yeah.
So, Larry, you remember him saying that? Are you co-signing what he's saying?
I distinctly said it, Earl. I'm telling you, I ain't making it up. I was riding that.
Oh, he's not going to just say you remember it if he didn't remember. He remembered it. I probably remember it because probably most of the stuff I probably don't pay attention to.
We know why you don't remember.
Anyway. Keep on. No, it ain't about much. But
It was the monkey paw. Stop it.
okay, so Larry, do you co-sign Bobby's thoughts? Are the Cavaliers for real, and you believe that they're winning because they built a great team?
Yeah, I think that's it. I saw them progressing every year, and I'll say last year they played well in the playoffs. They lost to the Celtics, who ended up beating everybody. And like Bobby said, they weren't healthy. They had a couple of injuries last year. This year they have their full team intact.
Major player injuries.
Yes.
Okay, so you
2 or
guys,
3 rotation players.
you guys agree with that? I have to give it to you. Both you guys know the game, so we'll go with that. Well, all right. So,
So Earl, since we're talking about like for
I don't think they're for real. I don't know what's going on. They're 17-1. I don't know what I want them to do to show me that they're for real. They're 17-1. What more can they do?
It's still a lot more games, Earl. There's a lot more games. You're right.
But a quarter through the season, it should be a pretty good sample size.
But you know, this sport, injuries pop up, man. Injuries happen.
Okay.
But Earl, if I may, since you bring up the issue with Cleveland, there's some other teams and stuff that are really like on the come up, like Orlando and Houston.
Yes.
Sort of like how, reason why I bring it up, like Cleveland has been emerged and they've been building, and it seems like they starting to get their traction. Watch out, because what is Orlando? Something like 12 and.
I think they're in third place in the East, and I think Houston is in third place in the West.
You'll be watching out for Orlando for a while. They ain't going nowhere. They're Orlando.
No, they probably won't, but just that they are third. Like,
but why are we talking about them? They ain't going.
They're kind of surprise teams that are normally like cellar dwellers, and both of them have improved this year.
And that's how Cleveland was. That's why I brought it up. I'm trying to show you the symmetry of the parallel symmetry of the explanation of the
parallel symmetry. All right, there we go.
Okay. Yeah.
With the superior vernacular.
Thank you. Superlatives.
Larry Abels, will the Bucks with your man and Antetokounmpo figure out the Bucks' woes, or it's just not working for them? That combination is just not working for them.
Well, actually, they have sort of turned their season around. They started off just like Philadelphia, like 2-8 or something like that, or 2-7, and now they're pretty close to 500. Giannis has just been crushing every night. Their problem still seems to be defense, but Giannis is averaging around 32, 33. Lillard is averaging about 26.
He's doing what he does. He's doing what he does.
Okay. So I think that they will be a factor in the playoffs this year.
Bob, what you think, Bob?
I'm not a Milwaukee Bucks fan. I don't like the way they play. Earl, question.
Okay.
Are those Knicks for real?
Oh, yeah, that was definitely going to be a team that I was going to bring up. I keep saying they have a lot of new pieces, and it's going to take time for them to get chemistry together. Sometimes it takes a little bit more time than one would think. But if I'm going by what they're looking at right now, even though they beat Denver last night, like somebody stole something from them,
right?
I don't fear the Knicks. I don't fear the Knicks at all. They don't seem to be playing as well as they did this year as they did last year.
What do you think, Larry?
What do you like? Something like 10-7, something like that now.
Yeah, they like 10-7. Yeah. That's not a bad record.
Yeah, they're playing okay. I think some people had higher expectations for them. I'm not sure the trade for Karl Anthony Towns has turned out the way that they thought it was going to be. I don't think that trade worked out necessarily for either team. But no, I think they're not bad.
Hey, Larry, I guess I was the opposite. I had low expectations for them, and that's why it looks like they exceeded it. I didn't have high expectations because I'm not a Towns fan.
Right.
But they playing together, though. And believe it or not, Minnesota is too, with the guy that I despise his game, Randall.
The thing about Minnesota, though, they were the number 1 ranked defense last year.
Oh, didn't know that.
Now, they got rid of Towns, who's really supposed to be one of the weakest defenders But they've fallen to like number 9 in defense,
Wow.
which
Well,
still is pretty good when you got 30 teams. You know,
look, they're not going to improve the defense with no Julius Randle.
well,
yeah.
well, but Julius Randle and DiVincenzo, I mean, I don't see why it would have necessarily hurt them because they traded away a guy that really wasn't that defensive minded player.
Right.
Well, last year, I would have thought that Minnesota was going to be a factor this year. After about what they did last year, I don't even see them being any kind of threat this year.
They were always suspect to me.
Well, I think their defense, even though Bob disagrees with that, I think their defense was a factor last year. They could get up on everybody. They're not doing that this year.
All right, that's my point. It was their defense that, to me, was the strongest point. And in this game, defense can matter, but if you don't have no offense in the NBA, guess what? You're going to end up where they ended up.
Yeah, you got to put the ball in the hoop. And I don't know whether it seems like Randall could probably score. A lot of it is chemistry with them too. You know,
and everywhere he's went, there's no chemistry with Randall. I'm sorry, he's a no chemistry player.
Well, what I've seen, the problem is Gobert. He's been screaming for the ball.
Oh, he's that Bama. They shouldn't be on the court.
They've had a couple of plays where they had clear outs for Randall and Edwards, and he went and camped in the lane, calling for the ball. Right. And then he threw the ball, and then he got upset and stayed in there for 3 seconds a couple of times.
Okay. Hey, so Bob, we have viewers from all over the world on the World Wide Web. Could you break down the meaning of Bama? Everyone across the world may not know what Bama means.
I'm glad you brought that over because I've had that question come up to me. And let me explain it in the most simplest terms. Let me first address it this way. Bama lacks the 3 C's, right? That's what a Bama is. Class, couth, and culture. And then in layman's terms, let me put it like this. A Bama is a person that think he's cool, but he's so far from it. He think he's dressing the best. He think he's talking the best. He think he's getting all the women, but he's a buster, a Sam sausage head.
All right. Well, that was a very good explanation. Thank you for breaking it down to some viewers who may not know the DC.
Hey, but Earl, let me give you a little history about Bama's. Right?
No. We don't have time.
No, it's quick. I promise you.
We don't have time for that, Bob.
Please, Earl, but this is important. I bet you don't know this. This is a fact. Go look it up, the history. Do you know where the first Bama was discovered, Earl? Now, this has been proved. This is historically fact.
No, I don't know, but frankly,
where?
Okay, where?
St. Anthony's.
Okay.
Now he's making stuff up.
So how does that go?
He's making stuff up.
You interrupted the show, but that's fine. Anyway,
you don't want to interrupt him.
Yeah, actually, Earl, you did it.
You can't give me a.
Oh, when I asked about Bama, right? Who cares about Bama? Okay.
You know you can't give me no opener, Earl. Stop it.
All right, let's move on. I apologize to our viewers for asking Bobby such a silly question. It was a silly question. It was an attempt to be funny, but it was a poor attempt. Now, okay. While we're talking about teams that are for real, Larry, are the Lakers for real? They went on a little winning streak, but they've lost their last 2. They had won 6 in a row. Do you think that there'll be any type of factor in the playoffs this year?
I think they'll be competitive. I don't think they'll get out of the West, but I think they'll be competitive with a lot of teams. LeBron is still playing well. Anthony Davis is playing well. That rookie they picked up, Connect, seems to give them an outside shooter that they've been lacking for years. But I don't think they're going to – I think they could probably even advance around maybe 2, but I don't see them coming out of the West.
Bob, what are your thoughts on the Lakers?
I sum it up with 2 letters. MP. Negro, please. Them boys ain't going no daggone place. Them Bammers ain't going nowhere. Stop, man. They're done. Get out of here. Stop it.
It's Golden State for real.
No. I think they missing. How y'all feel about their defense? That's I think their problem is.
Okay, you keep saying defense doesn't matter in this league.
Yeah, but you gotta have some. You just can't be totally. You just can't. You just can't be totally absent.
They remind me they're the NBA's version of the Kansas City Chiefs. You don't know why, but they still keep winning.
And
But I know why. They have Steph Curry.
Is Golden State real, Eddie Maria?
They're winning games. I can't take anything away from them.
They're winning games, Larry.
Steph Curry is really not that this is a news flash, but he's very good.
But
very
Larry,
good.
Remember the age-old statement: live by the jumper, die by the jumper.
Uh-oh. Okay, Lauren.
And Larry, you see what I'm saying that though? Because like I said, you don't have to have the greatest defense, number one defense, but you got to play some. Because jumpers.
No, I think defense matters, no doubt about it.
No,
but
Bobby, I think you're not paying attention to the league. The only reason why they win the game is because their team is playing good defense. So I don't even know what you're talking about.
Because they play what?
Because they're playing good defense. That's why Golden State is winning right now. I'm
I'm
not sure what games you watch.
I think their defense is suspect. I just think their defense is suspect. I am paying attention to it. I do not call that a championship defense. Put it like that. It's good enough to win like they're doing right now. It's good enough to make it to a round. But their defense is not good enough to win a world champion. And if they rely on Stefan's jump shot, live by the jumper, die by the jumper.
Okay, so what team right now is playing championship defense? Don't play the Cleveland Cavaliers.
I would say the Celtics are pretty up there.
Oklahoma City's pretty good on defense.
Oklahoma City's pretty good, Larry.
On both ends, actually. They don't get the credit. But that's why I look to come out of the West.
Agreed. What do you think about Celtics defense, Larry?
Celtics, they have a good squad. They have a good squad. Lots of good players on their team that can play both ends of the floor. So.
Okay. Yep.
Great wing defenders.
And that's why they won the world championship.
Okay. All right.
But I'm counting on the Wizards.
To win 5 games this year.
Why are they doing this like this, man? Why they treat? Oh man.
Hey Bobby, are you still a Commander fan? I mean, I know you pull for the home team, but if I know you pull for the home team, why am I asking you, are you a Commander fan? I just want you to.
Yeah, I am. No, but I just hope they change the name. I just hope they change the name. I just don't like the Commanders and the mascot, a pig with a goddamn general's helmet on. That shit's some bad stuff.
Well, I guess I should have covered that when we were talking about the NFL, but on this show, we will jump around from sport to sport. Because I guess I didn't cover this when we were talking first. If the Redskins quarterback had the same offensive line at the first beginning of the season they have now, so what's the difference?
We talked about this. I was saying, I brought it up, play calling. I think they're all dink and dunks. Other teams putting 8 men in the box, taking away the run, daring them to throw downfield. And by design, they're not even trying.
And by professional sports standards, Larry, when these teams, professional teams, the good teams, adjust. You can come out and be kicking their behind.
I agree.
The good coaches make the adjustments, and they'll shut that. It's up there. You could have looking like star team.
But then you need to make adjustments instead of doing the same thing over and over again. And Washington's coach is not doing that.
I agree. Seems like he's going conservative or something.
Okay. Barry, I know you got all the cable channels and see all the games. And Bobby, I know you're a little bit more on basketball than I am. This guy from Detroit, Cade, whatever.
Cade Cunningham?
Is he good?
Yes.
Who? Oh, you're talking about the basketball guy. Oh,
yeah, Cade Cunningham, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he can flat out play. He played well when he was a rookie.
Yeah, he did. That's the only thing they had, actually. For Detroit, right?
Yeah.
Right. No, they got another boy that's pretty good, and he went to a Big Ten school. What's that guy's name? He's about 6'4", but could jump up and jump Ivy or something.
Oh yeah, yeah. They got a guy named Ivy on their team.
Okay.
They got another guy that likes to fight all the time. Can't remember
Yeah.
his name.
You know who I feel sorry for? The Bronny James.
Why do you feel sorry for him?
See, people don't know this. When you go play in the G League, it's mugs down that mug, 28, 29, starving, 6 kids. Bronny's coming down with a contract. He ain't like these other mugs G League making about $20,000 a whole year. It's
So,
resentment. These mugs going to be coming after him, buddy. Trust me,
so
the G
I
League,
was gonna say he's got a contract. They don't.
they
His
don't.
his father's a billionaire. Theirs is probably not. Why are you really feeling sorry for him?
I'm talking about you got more 28, 29, Larry, balling in the G League like this month. And I'm telling you, he don't know what he's in for, man. If he comes out of that, he's going to be a better player.
You played basketball before, man. People been going after this boy all the time. What are you talking about?
No. This ain't no G League.
No.
No. In college, no. In college, this ain't no college. These are grown ass men. I'm talking about more driving metro buses and shit like that.
Watch your language. We're not having any cursing on this show.
Did I curse?
Yeah.
Dang, that must be a DC thing.
Okay. So, you feel sorry for Brian. I don't feel sorry for him.
Again, he's got a contract. His father's a billionaire.
They gonna beat that boy to death down in the G League. He come down the middle, trust me.
He's got a pretty good life. He's having a pretty good life. He probably wouldn't even be in the G League if it wasn't for his dad.
But that's all I know is not a cakewalk. Let me give you an example. I played in the Summer Pro League in LA, right? I played on a free agent team. Let me tell you, until I saw it, man, it was brutal on the team I'm playing on. And I had ex-pros on my team. I was from Five Slam and Jammer. I had Winford Bournes. I had and it was brutal.
My position to you is brutal for everybody that's there because they're all hungry. And
yes, that's the point, Larry. That's the point.
But he's got a contract with a billionaire father, so he's still doing better than them.
Oh no, he's doing better than them. But let me tell you, they're gonna take it out on that boy. I'm telling you, I've seen it. And look, these boys are taking out on me, Larry, because I was starting.
I was gonna say, what is he averaging? Like 6 points a game in the G League?
Don't matter. He's LeBron's son. Look, I was starting with, remember Larry Spriggs? Yeah. I was on the team that they took Larry Spriggs off when he went to the Lakers. And because I went from starting, it's like, dang, like these guys in practice were undercutting me, man. I mean, it's brutal down there. But anyway, I digress. But Ronnie, I hope you make it. Because if you make it, he might end up being a real good pro player if he can make it down there.
Okay. Well, enough about the Bronny saga. We're going to wrap this thing up right now. We're not having any closing remarks or anything like that. I just want to thank Barry Abels for coming out today and Bobby KImzer for coming on the show. Larry and I will be weekly. Bobby will be weekly when he can. So sometimes Bobby will be doing things he may not be on the show, but when he can, he will be a regular contributor to the show.
I'm trying to be here.
So I want to thank everybody for coming out today, and it was our first show. Went pretty good. See you guys next Tuesday.
Hey Earl, we're not going to prepare for closing remarks.
Huh?
I prepared tonight for closing remarks.
Talk to Larry. He might let you.
Okay.
He was closing on the show. On the show. We don't have.
I just want to talk about the black jockeys, man. And
hey, Bob, we really appreciate you coming out today, man.
I'm just kidding. Remember, I was all for the black jockeys.
No, we put that out of our mind when you were talking about that.
Y'all need to give them some respect, man. I'm telling you.
Anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in on the show. Bobby and Larry, it's great to see you guys.
Thanks for having me. Good seeing you fellas, man.
I look forward to talking to you guys next week. And hopefully maybe you guys will let Bobby come on the show tomorrow for Real Fellas and talk about his closing remark. I don't know.
No, I'm boycotting.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Hope everybody has a very blessed and productive day. Talk to you guys next week. We're out.
Peace.